It's no use of talking unless people understand what you say. Zora Neale Hurston. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, AyeYoJon. AyeYoJon, what's up? What's up? I want to take the time out and say thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Pass it on, guys. Pass it on. Thank you again. I really appreciate it to those who are actually subscribed. So first off, I want to say shout out to Ben and Cebu. He did a topic the other day, and it was a good topic that I want to kind of discuss on myself. Uh, no offense to anybody. I'm here in the Philippines. I love the Philippines. This is a question that he had brought up that I thought was pretty dope to ask and get response from. So the question was, can you become or can you be true friends to Filipinos? Can Americans or can Westerners, can foreigners be true friends with Filipinos? That was the question. So I think, and this is my opinion, no offense to Filipino, people of color, anybody, no offense at all. This is just my opinion. Um, I'm a people person, but I think out here, what separates us foreigners and Filipinos who are native here in their own country is the dialect of the language of Tagalog, of the other languages that they speak here. That I think kind of deters or separates people from becoming friends or not. It's basically, in my opinion, something with the dialect. Dialect, I mean by just the language of Tagalog, the sound, the pronunciation of words. Uh, this is not our first language. If you're a foreigner, it may be German, um, it may be Spanish, it may be English. Coming here as a foreigner, Westerner, it's kind of different for us. So that makes us want to shy out. Us foreigners, we come here to learn more about here. So we want to ask things, we want to explore places, we want to do things. And the best way to do that is to talk to people, communicate with people, find out, is this a nice thing to try? Is this a good area to go to? So yeah, um, it depends on dialect. There's nothing against people who speak a different language at all. One of my friends, when I was stationed in the army, met him at the boot camp. We went to Korea together. He was my battle buddy. We stayed in the same room together because we shared the bunk. Uh, Not a bunk, but the same room. We shared the same room. And he taught me about the Philippines because he was a Filipino. He was in the army with me. Shout out to Ranji. Ranji is his name. I'm not gonna give his last name, but Ranji, appreciate you, bro. If you ever watch this, he taught me about the Filipino culture while I was in the army. So in the army, there's people of different races, different backgrounds, from different countries. I had friends from Saipan. I had friends from Hawaii. I had friends from Guam, all over. I hung out with a lot of the Asian cats because, they teach you something different. They told me about different foods, different games that they played while they was growing up. I mean, a bunch of different things that they did. So Ranji and I became good friends while being in the army. Um, from helping each other at the motor pool, during our jobs, uh, different advice, stuff like that. When speaking Tagalog to, finding someone, um, to even trying different foods as champorado, going out to eat. We developed that friendship. even though he was a Filipino, it happened. Another Filipino person that I knew was my supervisor, squad leader while I was inside, one of my squad leaders while I was inside the army. His name was Sergeant E, and he and I couldn't be friends. We were, we're associates, but we couldn't be friends. He's a great person, don't get me wrong, but his way of living is wild as a Filipino, as a person. But there's nothing wrong with him. It's just, some of his behavior, some of his behavior. I mean, he would curse at anything, swear at anything, and he'll curse you out in Tagalog. He'll curse you out in English. He would, you know, carry a cup around and just urinate anywhere. He was a funny squad leader, supervisor that I respected. He taught us about hard work. As a supervisor, he wanted us to succeed as soldiers. Chewing tobacco, spitting everywhere. Nah, that's not my personality. That's not someone who I like to hang around with. I mean, you spitting right next to me that tobacco, you know, in a bottle, and it just ain't cutting it. But we had talks, stuff like that. Um, but he's just funny on how he spoke and how he viewed things. He says if it's not effed up, F it up. Like if it's not effed up, just pick it up. If you're gonna tear something up, make sure you destroy it, which is crazy. So can we be friends? And Filipinos and Westerners be true friends? Yeah, why not? Why not? As long as we agree on certain things and don't interfere with our boundaries or things that we agree with, as what we agree with, as what you agree with, don't disrespect it, then why not? I mean, of course, the language is difficult, but there's other ways, of getting the point across. If you like something, like, yo, I like that, or just point to it, or, we try. Hey guys, I just wanted to remind you, if you haven't done so already, please, please hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button. Share this to your friends, share this to others, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So to be honest, I think it's kind of difficult to find or to find friends out here in the Philippines. I don't speak Tagalog, but I'm trying to learn slowly. But it's kind of rough being a Westerner out here. I have similar interests to some. We like basketball. Filipinos love basketball. So that could be an interest there. What I find here that's uncomfortable, and I'm sure a lot of Westerners can agree, is that a lot of times we get stared at a lot. I am no different than you. My skin color may be a little darker. I've seen some Filipino people with darker skin. I'm no different. Just the way I speak. I may have a slang like "Yo, what's up?" something like that. It's okay. You can learn that too. But to be stared at, like gazed, like like we're aliens, or like we have something on our head or something like that, it's uncomfortable. So in return, people may get upset, like this joker here, yo, why you keep watching me? Like, for example, man, or what's going on? Like they look back and forth, left and right as a Westerner. Or, Westerners, if they're really about that, they will approach you and will want to fight, because in the States, people don't just stare and gaze at you like, something's abnormal. It looks bad. It looks bad. I'm here in the province, and being one of the few African American black people out here, I get stared at a lot. Even when I'm walking by myself in the supermarket, I get stared at a lot. If you want to stare, it's okay. I know deep down inside, your boy is Pogi, aka Mr. Guapo. That's how I gotta look at it. I look at it as a humor. But if you want to stare, it's okay. Come up to me. Say what's up. Say hi. I'm not the person like, yo, I'm gonna smack you up or something. Bro, kuya or ate. Yo, just come up to me. Hey, yo, John, what's up? That's a friendly approach. But if you just staring, I'm gonna look over my right shoulder. I'm gonna look over my left shoulder. I'm gonna look up, look down, like, yo, what's going on? Why are you staring? And I might just laugh, put a smile on my face, like, okay, you're staring. Yeah, I know, I got that handsome look. Anyhow, we don't stare in the States. That's fighting words. Anyhow, I understand that your kids or the kids stare because, they're kids. They haven't seen or experienced or even witnessed, seeing people of different color or, somebody of my size or structure or hair, afro or braids, maybe the way they have grown up. There's no TV, so they can't see what's out there. NBA players that are African American or, from Nigeria, some other country. They haven't experienced seeing Chris Rock or seeing Dave Chappelle or some other type of celebrity, Denzel Washington, or some kid actor in Hollywood, in order to be like, oh, okay, he's a cool black person. So in return, you get that stare, like, oh, this is like a deer in the headlight stare, and it's not, it's not really taught out here as far as like, oh, there's certain people, there's Western people, like instead the kids just stare. Anyhow, it's all good, kids. I'm Mr. Guapo, aka Mr. Pokey, aka AyeyoJon. Just say what's up. That's it. Just say what's up, John. Hey, what's up, John? How you doing? Simple. So, with that being said, if you made it this far into the video, please hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. I'll subscribe back. Let me know that you subscribed in the comments, and I'll subscribe back. Nah, it's your choice. But if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for viewing my wacky content that I try to make. You guys are liking it, I guess, because, you're watching it. People are subscribing. But again, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one. So my answer to the question is yes. Peace.